falling in love is a feeling like no other. And when it comes to romance, it's all too easy to get swept away by grand gestures and sweet promises. But what happens when the fairy tale turns into a nightmare? We're left wishing we could have seen the signs earlier on, right? When you're head over heels for someone, it's easy to overlook the warning signs that there's trouble in paradise. But if you wanna save yourself the potential heartache, here are 6 romantic gestures experts warn us to look out for. Overwhelming affection. Have you ever been with someone who showers you with compliments, gifts, and overwhelming affection almost immediately? While it might feel like a fairy tale come true, this intense affection, known as love bombing, can actually be a tactic used to manipulate and control. Love bombing is when someone floods you with affection to fast-track intimacy in your relationship, then withholds it all of a sudden to make you dependent on their affection and approval. It's important to be cautious if your partner seems to be rushing into things too quickly and overwhelming you with affection before truly getting to know you. Too much quality time. So you met someone you like and now you wanna spend all your time with them. That's perfectly normal. You're in the honeymoon stage of new love after all. But keep in mind, there's a difference between spending time together and suffocating each other. An excessive need for constant togetherness can keep you isolated from the other important relationships in your life and may very well be a sign of controlling behavior and unhealthy attachment. Saying, "I love you," too soon. Those 3 little words hold a lot of weight in any relationship. And a person with healthy attachment and boundaries will wanna get to know you better and take time to cultivate a meaningful connection with you before they say it. So if someone tells you they love you before you've had the chance to truly connect on a deeper level, it's likely that they're more infatuated with the idea of love than actually in love with you. According to psychologist Dr. Mariana Bakarova, this behavior is also common among controlling, abusive, or narcissistic partners, although this isn't always true. Constant texting. In the exciting early stages of a relationship, it's totally normal and pretty thrilling to chat up a storm. But when those messages become a nonstop flood, arriving every single minute of the day, it's time to take a step back, especially if they start to get upset with you for taking a while to reply. It shows this person is getting too attached to you too quickly, which can signal underlying issues like insecurity, a need for constant validation, and tendencies of codependency. Remember, healthy relationships allow for independence and respect each other's space. Constant monitoring. Another red flag that people mistake for romance is constant monitoring. Whether it's checking your phone without permission, tracking your every move, or insisting on knowing all your social media passwords. This behavior can quickly escalate into a controlling and abusive dynamic. Remember, trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, so it's important to be wary if your partner is constantly monitoring your whereabouts, activities, and interactions with others. Jealousy and possessiveness. Ever felt a twinge of anxiety when your partner sees you chatting with someone of the opposite sex? Or maybe they insist on approving your outfits, or get prickly at the mere mention of a new friend. While it's easy to mistake these behaviors for signs of intense affection, there might be a darker truth lurking beneath the surface. According to relationship experts, jealousy and possessiveness are glaring red flags for potential manipulation and abuse. Genuine care isn't about control. It's about honoring boundaries and trusting each other's judgment. And when your partner starts to take away your sense of autonomy, it might mean that they don't respect you enough to be your own person and make your own decisions. So did any of this resonate with you? Some red flags aren't so easy to spot, especially when we're blinded by love. But recognizing these warning signs early can help you take proactive steps to protect yourself and nurture healthier, more fulfilling relationships. If you found this video insightful, why not share it with your friends and loved ones to raise awareness? Support our channel by liking this video and subscribing for more content. There are 3 types of people in this world. Those who are married, those who aren't looking, and those who are praying to everything holy that they find Mr. or Mrs. Right, and not another jerk who will use and abuse them. If you're in that first or last group, stick around. Let's talk about some signs of a toxic relationship that most people completely miss. I wasn't, but I am now. There's a big difference between being insecure and feeling like the foundation of your relationship isn't secure. WebMD defines insecurity as a feeling of inadequacy and uncertainty. Being insecure might look like attention or approval seeking or asking for reassurance when there isn't a reason to have doubt or fear. Feeling like your relationship isn't secure is catching your partner cheating, then wondering if they're lying when they say they're going on a trip with friends a month later. In an article for Women's Health magazine, Rachel Sussman, a licensed clinical social worker and marriage and family therapist, explains that one quality of a healthy relationship is the significant back and forth where you're complimenting each other, bringing out the best in each other, and letting each other know, I care about you, I'm here for you, and this is why. If you're neglected or being put down, this lack of support can bring about insecurity, thus creating a toxic relationship. Are your needs met? Buckle up, y'all. This one's a twofer. When you're in a relationship, you should still be an individual and take care of your individual needs, including basic needs like eating and personal hygiene. This also includes other needs like self-care and seeking a goal or purpose in life. In Healthline's article, Is Your Relationship Toxic? What to Look For? Dr. Catalina Lawson, PhD, states that ignoring your personal needs can be a sign that you're in a toxic relationship. Now, ignoring your needs can be a symptom of many things, but if you're unhappy with your relationship, the two may be correlated. Now, what about when your partner ignores your needs? Your partner obviously doesn't need to wait on you hand and foot to tend to your every need, but if you tell your partner that you need to finish an overdue project tonight, they shouldn't tell their parents you'll both be over for dinner that night. Dr. Lawson explains that this disregard for your boundaries and comfort levels can be a big sign of toxicity. As humans, we may make up excuses for our partner's oversights. That's why this sign is pretty easy to overlook. You didn't mean it, but it happened. When you're in a relationship, you may not agree with every single one of your partner's opinions, but you usually support your partner's goals and beliefs. When your partner is consistently unsupportive, possibly to the point of undermining you, this can creep into toxic territory. Sai has a friend, we'll call them Lisa. Lisa dresses a bit differently and has different beliefs than most people. Lisa's partner has a family member, Charlie, who doesn't agree with her style or her beliefs. Whenever Lisa and her partner visit, Charlie always makes passive-aggressive comments towards Lisa. Because Lisa wants to be polite in his house, she doesn't say anything to Charlie, but she does let her partner know it bothers her. Instead of standing up for her, Lisa's partner says she should take the high road because everyone knows he's wrong and being rude. In a Time magazine article, family medicine doctor specializing in mental health, Dr. Kristen Fuller, explains that this and similar behaviors can be a sign of a toxic relationship. Even if Lisa's partner doesn't mean to hurt her and is trying to show they agree, they're undermining Lisa. Dr. Fuller explains this could be due to the partner not being supported as a child or in their life, or they could truly be malicious. Either way, constantly pushing your partner aside can be a toxic sign that's constantly missed. The puppet master. Have you ever had a partner ask who you were texting or even tell you who you're allowed and not allowed to talk to or hang out with? If so, this is a huge red flag of a toxic relationship. Your partner should be just that, a partner, not your manager. Dr. Sonia Bruner, a licensed therapist, did a video for BetterHelp on toxic relationships, and this is the very first sign on her list. She explains that a partner who is jealous or perhaps controlling may monitor your social media accounts, emails, or phone to see who you're talking to. They may even go as far as to monitor where you are, who you're with, and when. Now, Dr. Bruner does point out that it's possible your partner may be genuinely concerned for your safety, but she also goes on to clarify that it's much less likely to be genuine concern and more likely to be controlling behavior if it happens consistently. We'll say it again. Even though you're in a relationship, you both should still be your own person. This means that you should have your own interests and friend groups separate from your partner or their friends. Balancing the time spent together and apart is a sign of a healthy relationship. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is or how long you've been in it. Toxic is toxic, and you deserve better. Have you ever experienced any of these? Are there any other easy to miss signs that you're in a toxic relationship that we didn't talk about? Let us know in the comments below. If you don't want to share there, always know that you can reach out to a mental health professional to help figure out if your relationship is truly toxic. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Many toxic behaviors are more obvious in face-to-face interactions. But what if they hide behind their phones? While many videos cover toxic behaviors that occur in person, is there a way to detect these behaviors in text communication? Well, it's simple. Always listen to your gut. Have you ever stared at your phone in total confusion, wondering what a text really meant? Texting can actually reveal more than we realize about someone's personality and emotional availability. So in this video, we're going to talk about texting red flags you should watch for and what these habits might reveal about the other person's intentions. The vanishers. They start strong, texting you often and showing constant interest. Then, without warning, they disappear, mid-conversation or for days at a time. When they return, they act like nothing happened, offering no explanation or apology. This could signal a lack of interest in maintaining a connection with you. This behavior can also indicate avoidant attachment, where someone pulls back when they feel too close. In more harmful cases, it's a form of manipulation through intermittent reinforcement. Intermittent reinforcement is when rewards like attention or praise are given unpredictably, keeping you hooked by making you hope for more. This cycle can create a trauma bond, where the unpredictability strengthens your emotional dependence on them. Pay attention to patterns, not just words. If someone's inconsistency leaves you feeling confused or anxious, set boundaries or step back. Healthy communication should feel stable, not like a guessing game. The night crawlers. They only text you late at night, usually out of boredom or loneliness. You don't hear from them all day, but once it's late, they send a casual, "Hey, you up?" While the occasional late night text is normal, a consistent pattern might suggest you're not a priority in their daily life. It might mean they see you as an afterthought or someone to fill their downtime. This is a sign worth addressing. The minimalists. If their replies are consistently short, vague, or dismissive, like LOL or okay, no matter how much effort you put into the conversation, it's a red flag. But remember, context matters. Maybe they used to send thoughtful messages at a point, but now they only respond with one-word answers. This makes you realize you're the one keeping the conversation alive when you look through your chats with them. This pattern shows they're not interested or an inability to carry on a meaningful conversation. The truth is, if you're doing all the work to carry on with the conversation, it's not a real friendship or relationship. You deserve someone who matches your energy and effort. Someone who is just as excited to chat with you as you are with them. The one-way texters. Conversations should feel balanced, but with this person, it's all one-sided. They flood you with their life updates but show no interest in yours. They send you long paragraphs about their day but never ask how you're doing. This texting habit can reflect self-centeredness or a lack of awareness about the need for reciprocity in communication. Finding this video insightful? Give the video a thumbs up. The constant critics. They're always finding something wrong with your texts, whether it's your spelling, tone, or even the topics you bring up. Their messages often leave you feeling self-conscious, and the criticism is sometimes disguised as jokes with extra emojis to mask their true intentions. For instance, you send a playful howdy to start the conversation, and they respond with, "What's that even supposed to mean? It makes no sense." Moments like these can feel dismissive and make you second-guess your words. This texting pattern could point to controlling or narcissistic tendencies. Constant criticism helps them feel superior, often at the expense of your confidence. Healthy relationships, online or offline, are built on encouragement, kindness, and mutual respect, not nitpicking or tearing you down. The backhanded texters. These texters send seemingly neutral messages with an underlying tone of hostility or resentment. They send you backhanded texts that confuse you when you try to deduce the meaning. For example, if you're interrupted mid-conversation and take a few minutes to respond, you might get a text like, "I guess you're too busy to respond," or "Never mind, I'll stop bothering you." This behavior reflects insecurity and passive aggression. Over time, constant guilt tripping can make communication feel tense. It's important to understand that delayed response doesn't mean rejection. Texting habits may seem small, but they can reveal bigger patterns in communication and relationships. If any of these red flags resonate, take time to reflect on how they make you feel. Healthy relationships are built on effort, balance, and respect, even through text message. Pay attention to patterns and don't hesitate to set boundaries or have open conversations about how you communicate. Have you ever texted someone with these texting styles? What other texting styles do you think are red flags? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comment section. Think quick. What are the most desirable things ever? Not like a PS5 or a Lamborghini, but money, affordable rent. We bet love is in there somewhere. So if you're in a relationship, you're probably willing to let a few things slide that you wouldn't with your average buddy. That's normal. We all need a little give and take to make things work, but when is it over the line? When does that annoying thing get so bad that it's gone into the realm of toxic? It can be too easy to let things go until there may be imminent danger. We don't want that, so let's go over what to look out for. Number 1, controlling behavior. Do you feel suffocated in the relationship? Maybe getting the impression that your life and choices aren't even yours anymore. That could be a sign that the behavior of your partner has gone from compassionate concern to controlling puppeteer. The occasional, "where are you going?" is fairly standard, especially if you're living together. It's good to have someone know where you are just in case. If the questions seem like they're playing you like a video game character though, "you can't go there unless I want you to," or "I'll choose what interests you have and who you talk to," this might be time to have a little chat to reassert your own personhood. Number 2, there's a lack of communication. All relationships are built on communication. A relationship is a multi-way street where all parties meet on a common ground of understanding. If you tell your partner that something they did was hurtful and they listen to you, asking why it hurt or apologizing, then explaining themselves to further understanding, that's communicating. If the response is a stubborn, "that's who I am, deal with it," or a defensive, "I never did that," or even a victim blaming, "that's your problem, suck it up," that is definitely not communication. Similarly, if the conversations are sounding like you're running into a brick wall that has offensive defenses, this is a sign your relationship has turned toxic. Number 3, the give and take is consistently only one way. A healthy relationship is all about give and take. Without this balance, you're looking at a crash and burnout. When the give is constantly on one side with the take permanently on the other, that's a huge red flag. If you find yourself constantly exhausted, anxious, and asking yourself, "what can I do for them?" yet they seem oddly laid back, nonchalant, maybe even taking your efforts for granted, it's time to ask them and yourself, what exactly is going on here? Number 4, there are no boundaries in the relationship. Do you or your partner spout sugary proclamations like, "I'll be there for them for anything. I will do anything for their love"? This is unrealistic and super unhealthy. As close as you might be, boundaries still need to be present. You know what it looks like when there are no boundaries? It looks like vampirism. It looks like constant favors and ignoring your needs. It looks like someone who doesn't have compassion or empathy, using their partner only to further their own goals. A healthy relationship requires mutual respect, and part of that respect is boundaries. Number 5, your partner uses your personal information against you. Using your personal information to harm you, that is not a hand wave offense. That's a capital red flag crime. This is just straight up backstabbing and below the belt dirty fighting. Chances are the information was told in confidence, as in it was understood that it is not for public consumption, and you let your guard down. You gave them your trust by being vulnerable. Using that information against you just so they can look good, further their own agenda, prove their superiority, or any other self-serving reason is grounds for a call out or a break off. Number 6, they do not acknowledge your relationship in front of other people. If you're in a good, healthy, worth it relationship, why would you hide it? Under normal circumstances, if the relationship is hidden, they're saying that they're ashamed of it. Worse, they might be saying they're ashamed of you. If they're ashamed of you, why are they really in this relationship with you anyhow? You don't need that. Wave that red flag. And number 7, you are constantly surrounded by negative energy. Fine, saying negative energy might sound a little too woo-woo, but we're serious. Maybe it's more solid sounding if we say that the red flag is when your partner is constantly introducing and maintaining negative emotional or psychological stress. For example, whenever you talk to them about a new goal, instead of discussing ways to plan it out, they're constantly finding reasons to shut it down. Beyond conscientiously warning you of possible dangers that you may be unaware of, they outright close off the possibility or denigrate you for wanting it. That is the negative energy we're saying is a red flag. They're keeping you depressed and underfoot despite your multiple attempts to move forward. We are totally with you in the sentiment that relationships are valuable, but we'll add in that healthy relationships are valuable. Toxic relationships will actively deplete the goodness in your life, so be true to yourself and don't accept the red flags. Which one of these points or behaviors have you noticed before? How did you handle it? Feel free to comment, share, and discuss. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.